Season 10 introduced the new weapon for the medium class, the Chimera, or to be more specific, Chimera XP, along with the Shockwave and Hover Pad, also for the medium class. But now we are in the last week of Season 10, and with Season 11 right around the corner, I wanted to talk about how the Chimera and how it has settled. And I'll quickly go over the Shockwave and Hover Pad as well. I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts and what the community has felt about the addition of these new items. Hello everyone, my name's HL. Now, I remember when Season 9 was coming to an end. Embark were hyping up Season 10 with little teases, and we saw this. What looked like arrows being shot, well, faster than a bow. We saw what looked like an alien spaceship, and a very well defended cash out getting all the gadgets blown off in one swoop. The hype? It was real. When Season 10 finally dropped, they unveiled the crossbow, or the Chimera XP, alongside the hover pad and the all new specialization, the Shockwaves. And oh man, I can only imagine being a medium main felt at the time. Nothing wrong with a little medium TLC. Anyways, people, including me, immediately hopped onto the game to try out the new medium stuff. But how were the first reactions? Let's talk about the Chimera. Well, I remember the Chimera getting mixed reviews at the start of the season. Some said it was overpowered right off the bat. Others said they just didn't like it, and that it was too hard to handle and the damage not worth the recoil. I also remember the fact that in the first week of Season 10, every single medium you came across had a crossbow. But then a little later, after like the first week or two, everyone just dropped the Chimera. They just went back to what they're comfortable with. I don't see many people rock the Chimera these days, if I'm being honest, probably because of the F-car. But I think the Chimera has been a great addition to the game. Sure, it kind of replaced the pike in a way, but I do love how the gun handles. Don't get me wrong, it kicks like a horse, but once you get used to that recoil, it's not much of a problem. Since there isn't really a recoil pattern, the recoil just goes straight upwards, so very easy to learn. The Chimera is a single fire weapon, hit scan, which a lot of people were at first confused about, but when it comes to the damage, the Chimera deals 45 damage to the body, and it has a 1.5 multiplier to the head, resulting in doing 67 damage. I don't want to hear about it. It has 15 bullets, or arrows, in the magazine, which I find to be a bit on the forgiving side compared to other magazines in the game. But the reload, I don't know why, but to me it feels so long. The reload is only like 2.15 seconds, which is pretty average, but feels long to me for some reason. At ranges, the Chimera does okay. It's actually kind of surprising to me how well it works in close range. It is not hard to use the Chimera at closer ranges. The hip fire is also still very accurate, so you can destroy lights like even without having the need to aim, which is just absolutely like crazy to me. It of course performs the best in those medium ranges, and it becomes kind of hard to use in those longer ranges. It becomes like really hard to hit targets, and the damage output just isn't really there compared to what other weapons can do, the pike for example. Did the Chimera ever get balanced in Season 10? Yes. The Chimera saw one balance change in Season 10, which was a small range nerf. Like I mentioned earlier, the Chimera kind of replaced the pike early in the season because the crossbow had range. Embark were quick to fix that. But how does the Chimera compete against other classes? The Chimera is a light killer. Lights don't stand a chance against this thing. They just can't compete, especially if you hit a headshot. Chimera just makes lights disappear. Yeah, it does magic apparently. When it comes to killing mediums, it does okay. It competes well with other weapons in the medium class, so if both mediums are at least somewhat competent, it'll be a close fight. But against the heavy class, that's where the crossbow, to me, falls off. I never pick the Chimera if there's a lot of heavies in my lobby. I just don't think the Chimera does as well as other medium options. But I think out of all the things added in Season 10, the Chimera was my favorite addition. It's just such a fun weapon to use, and it is not annoying to fight against if the enemy has the Chimera. Well, unless you're a light, then you're dead. I don't know. The Chimera just feels really good to me. The medium class weapons of choice have always kind of been a bit boring to me, kind of bland, and I think a crossbow was a really nice way to spice things up. Even though it kind of just feels like it works like any other gun instead of feeling like a crossbow, but I don't see how else they could have done it differently, to be honest. I'm glad it's not something like the crossbow from Half-Life or something. Just a single shot crazy damage crossbow. Bruh. If that were the case, we'd have another sniper on our hands. Wait. Does medium need a sniper weapon? I don't know. Anyways, another thing I like a lot about the Chimera is how it feels combined with the shockwaves as well. These feel and work incredibly well with each other. You can just delete enemies with a Chimera, and if the reload feels a little long, you can just shockwave to a safe space and get it done. It just allows for such a aggressive playstyle, which is gonna catch any light players off guard, since they're not really gonna expect a medium to be this aggressive. I mean, mediums have earned themselves a very boring reputation to be healers. Bruh, I say we change that. Then we have the shockwave grenades from Fortnite. No, but for real. The shockwaves were my second favorite addition to the game in Season 10. It just kind of feels like a cracked version of the dashing, if I'm being honest. It really allows the medium class to be more aggressive, which is a really nice change of pace. Instead of that healing meta, which has been going on forever now, shockwaves don't do damage, they just push things. Shockwaves work on yourself for faster travel, works on gadgets to push them away, on enemies as well, which I don't really recommend unless they are near an edge or something. Shockwaves have 2 uses or ammo count, a cooldown of 12 seconds, which is not bad. It got a secret hidden balance change once, making the shockwaves, well, useless. Thank God they reverted that change. The community, let me tell you, were not happy with Embark back then. Oh, and they also have a very boring progressive system. I mean, like, what is this? But otherwise, it's a very versatile specialization, which I've come to love as well. Very good addition to the game. It kind of just feels like it's always been there to me. So, yeah, very nice. Last but not least, the Hover Pad, which was an interesting addition. I've never used it. I tried it, but I just don't see how this is supposed to give you an advantage. I mean, you jump into the air, then you place it down. That's it. That's the entire gadget. You can make fun things with this, like a floating turret thing, if you place down a turret, or really just anything, then quick melee it, then you can fly with a hover pad in any direction. Again, how is this useful? I'm sure there's a lot of other clever ways to use this thing. I just simply don't have the experience to talk much about the hover pad because I don't really use it. But all I know is that the most of the community see this thing as useless. I know I do. But that was my retrospective on the Chimera, and I guess just overall a retrospective into Season 10 as well. I do know they added a Point Break map as well. I just didn't talk about it because I haven't really played much on it, if I'm being honest. But if you're still here, thanks for watching my video. This one is definitely my biggest video yet, and I, for one, had fun making it. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing for more content just like this. I also wanted to quickly add in, I am doing live streams from time to time. Most of the time I am joined by my friends in my club, Club Mommy for Life! So, if you like watching live streams, you can join us in the chat, interact with us, so consider saying hi. Otherwise, I don't want to keep you here all day long. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.